Greetings friends, Paul here. Recently I posted a video on how the top male billionaires around the world dress, and today I'm presenting how the top female billionaires around the world dress, including Oprah Winfrey. Now she's not on this list here from Wikipedia, just like I followed the male list. With some exceptions, with some African billionaires, etc., Michael Jordan. But I've got to include Oprah on this list. Now, just starting off, I introduced the male video talking about the color scheme that I observed throughout much of the male dress. Women also share the black and white, as you know, that's universal as far as can't go wrong with black or white. However, guys, check it out. Women's dress is much more exciting. We've got a lot of red. Now, remember with the men, we would just see red as an accent, like with Warren Buffett's ties, for example. Well, in women, you can go all out and cover the entire body in red. Purple really makes an appearance, we're going to see. And one of my favorite colors, any variation of tan or the cream colors is quite apparent, especially in the more formal settings and what I would call a Victorian style. And instead of that darker olive drab green or the gray greens you may call it, with women we're going to get this brighter kind of like a chiffon colored green or any variation thereof. So much more exciting colors. So let's get right to it, starting with Françoise Bettencourt Meyers, who is the heiress to the L'Oreal company in France. She's the daughter of Liliane, who just passed away in 2017. This is a good shot to see the two of them here. There's Liliane with the orange scarf right away, a very flamboyant, nice, colorful touch. And Françoise, her daughter, is on the right. This is Françoise right here. Notice the bold scarves. This is something she likes to wear right up around the neck. Again, there's purple, as mentioned before. Also with the women's dress, we're going to see a lot of patterns. Alice Walton, the heiress to the Walmart fortune, the daughter of founder Sam Walton. So this is Alice Walton. She has very pronounced eyeglasses, I notice. They are quite large. And you can see the red again making an appearance. Notice the bold pinstripe and other patterns as mentioned, floral patterns. You know, just lots of fun, lots of color, and a lot of red. Red, orange. Next, moving down the list, Mackenzie Bezos. She's the divorcee of Jeff Bezos of Amazon. Mackenzie majored in English from Princeton University. She likes the low neckline. We're going to see this a lot. Another distinction between men and women, guys, is women can show or seem to show a lot more neck and shoulder skin, basically, than men. Men are more covered up in their dress. Mackenzie is a very, what I would call, natural look. I can see how she was an English major, actually. But notice the red dress in her formal outings, including purple, red and purple. Jacqueline Mars, the heiress granddaughter to the candy fortune. Now, when I see Jacqueline Mars' dress, I'm seeing some of this variation on the red with pink. You see that kind of nice pink color in her dresses in particular, and bright colors as well occasionally when she's feeling a little bit more festive perhaps. But like on the top of your screen, these kind of dresses and with the pearls seem very Victorian to me in style. Yang Huiwan of Country Garden Holdings. She's a property heiress in China. I believe the wealthiest woman in China. And Ms. Wei Yan, pardon me, I would say she's, well, she really mixes it up between outright casual. I mean, she looks like either a college student, but when she dresses up, you can see her blouses are pretty much buttoned up right to the neck. Suzanne Klotten is the German heiress to BMW, Bavarian Motor Works, and her style, as far as I can see, is business smart. Notice the short hair, very crisp, and jackets, open collar and jackets, guys, much like we saw with many male billionaires, with the feminine touch, with the red motifs and the scarf, as well as that green color making an appearance. And here you can see Suzanne Klotten also can rock the blue jeans and kind of the open collar white blouse as well. But we also see some tan kind of coloring in her clothing, as mentioned before. Lauren Powell Jobs is an interesting woman to observe, the widow of Steve Jobs, of course. So her fortune lies in Apple and particularly Walt Disney investments as well. A very natural, striking look. I mean, her hair is just beautiful, and she shows it off by growing it long. As was mentioned before, men really don't do that, with the exception of Richard Branson. She tends to lean towards the grays and the blacks, guys, much like the males we saw. So a more masculine color scheme in her clothing choices. There's no distinction that she's outright feminine with that flowing blonde mane. When she's wearing the more dressy kind of styles here, like in this picture, it's still those neutral grays that we see the men lean towards. Abigail Johnson is the president and CEO of the United States of Fidelity Investments. Her grandfather founded Fidelity Investments. And Ms. Johnson is also business smart, much like we saw with Suzanne Klotten of BMW. Notice the collar shirt, jacket in many of these pictures. Iris Fontbona of Antofagasta PLC is the premier Chilean mining company. Ms. Fontbona is the widow, and she's inherited control of Antofagasta, again, mining company in Chile, much like we just saw with Abigail Johnson and Suzanne Klotten in Germany. Business smart. Notice the red, guys. Notice the purple, though. So we're not seeing the masculine colors. We're seeing feminine colors, but in a business style. Gina Reinhardt is the heiress to the Australia Hancock Prospecting Company. Think gold in Australia. And much like we saw previously with Jacqueline Mars of the Mars Candy Company, Ms. Reinhardt adopts that kind of flowing cream colored, tan colored, or even white dress style. Like, check out the lace patterns. This seems very Victorian to me. Kwang Sui Hing of Sung Song Kai Properties in China. Ms. Sui Hing is the matriarch of this huge property investment company in China, and she is also business smart, if you check it out. But what's exciting about women's clothing is that even wearing a jacket, for example, you can have patterns on it, colorful patterns, floral motifs. Notice she looks very stylish here with a pinstripe jacket, coat. However, you can also have an Asian influence in the business dress with the bold flower patterns down the front and the arms. Very lovely. I'm sure they're made out of silk. And even though she doesn't make the top list, being American, I've got to include Oprah Winfrey. Ms. Winfrey really likes color, and it's really exciting actually to check out what she likes to roll out for outfits, because she's covering all those main colors: red, purple, that nice yellow cream color as well, almost salmon color. You know, salmon is very popular as a color, as many of you know. And she likes these bold, solid colors. I don't really see much patterning with her dress style. It's usually just a solid color. She's just going to show you what she looks like in purple, what she looks like in red. Please post your comments below, especially if you've enjoyed this video. I'd love to hear about it. And please check out my video on the top male billionaires' dress styles as well. Heck, those of us living month to month can still dress like a billionaire, guys. Thanks for watching.